Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready with me, Louise. I thought we were going on to the alphabet, which technically we kind of are because we are in C's, but this is actually a new launch. So the brand we're going to be playing with today is Colourpop, which you'll see this again in just a couple days because that's when I will be hitting C again. So I'll just use this then too so that you can get a second look at least with it. But the palette is the Beauty and the Beast. And I bought the whole collection because why? I'm a fool. And trust me, I know. I've done really good this year, though, I will say, about purchasing. But I'm still a fool because I knew half this stuff I did not need. I won't even use. That's the problem. It's not the question of do I need it, it's will I even use it? No. But I will say with this particular collection, it is Beauty and the Beast, so it's well loved, and where I have children and grandchildren, I can pass it down. Now, I do think this is pretty, and I do think this is cute, but for me personally, in my age, I guess, I feel like Sigma kind of did a better interpretation as far as like packaging and stuff because it feels more sophisticated, more luxe type of feeling. You know what I mean? Like the brushes, the whole nine yards they did. They're just beautiful. You know what I mean? Like that's beautiful. And not to say that this isn't beautiful because it most certainly is. I mean, this is one of my favorite Disney movies, you know? It's just very much more invokes the childlike within me. You know what I mean? So with that's all I'm saying is the difference is here, okay? The quality is good and that sort of stuff. I think both brands missed the mark because they could have came out of the mirror. And I mean, I need a new mirror. I have the Beauty and the Beast mirror, but from I guess maybe Disney has a thing to it. I don't know where that you can't do it, but mine's cracked and I need a new one. But I'm still using it. It's still going strong. Now, I did purchase the whole collection. Did I need to purchase the whole collection? Absolutely not. What could I have skipped on? Well, here's the thing. All of it is good. But what I could have skipped on was definitely lip kits. Especially the Beast one, I think. Is that what it's called? Break the Spell. Because it's more brown. I am wearing the one today, which is called Great Adventure. More my colors be pink, you know what I mean? So that's the only reason there. Formula is fine for the lipstick. The lip gloss is fine. Neither one are my favorite. So will I get much use? Probably not. But my kids, grandkids, they'll love them. So that's still okay. Now, the lip sleeping mask, Rose. It is rose scented. If you do not like rose, you're not going to like this. I don't like rose. I don't know. I used to. But as of probably, I'd say 38, 37, 38, I just couldn't take it anymore. I couldn't take anything that had rose in it. I can't. And I don't know why. Especially if it is just rose. Now, I will say that the formula to this is nice. I did put a little bit on. And the reason why I put a little bit on because I wanted to see how long the scent stayed. It is lightly scented, I will say that, but it's a heavily rose. You know what I mean? Like that is what you smell is rose. But it does just like it goes away probably after about 30 seconds to a minute. The smell you don't smell it as much, you know. So that is good. The formula, same as all their others. It's a great lip mask. My kids are going to love it, or grandkids are going to love it. That's already been passed. I've already given that to my granddaughter, so that's gone. The blushes, they made them the same, and I will never understand why. The fronts. The backs are different. One's Chip's, one's Mrs. Potts. But they should have just did it to the front. Just put Mrs. Potts, just put Chip. That way we could have told them apart right from the beginning instead of having to read. But neither here nor there. Chip looks like this. They're both considered blushes. However, I am wearing this as a bronzer today. It works. For my skin tone, it works as a bronzer. It will work as a blush also, but it does work as a bronzer. And then the blush is what I'm wearing today. Very pretty. Do you have these in your collection? Yes, you do. You do. It's so simple. You have them. So, do you need them? No. Are you wanting them for because of the packaging? Maybe. I think when it comes to this, I don't need the whole thing. I do want a piece of it, you know what I mean? Just for my own childhood nostalgia, that sort of thing. But I think for that, you know, if you didn't have one of these shades, okay. But I still think like the palette's the one I would have went for. Like it is the thing that I could have bought and been perfectly fine with, no problem. The other thing is the Super Shock highlighter. This is so big. Why did they just not put it in a little thing? You know, that's number one. I get the packaging. I get it. But these are so hard to open too that it annoys me so badly. But even with that said, hey, I'm not going through that anytime soon. Is it pretty? Yes. Yes, it is. But am I ever going to hit pan on this? No. Is this going to dry out before I even come close? Yes, it is. So there is that. I will say that the packaging seals shut very good. That's true. But it is a pain, and I just don't grab for them because of that. If it would have been a little pot sizes, I would have threw it right in my drawer, and I probably would have gotten more use out of it, to be fair. But that's just, you know, preference and what you're looking for. The eyeshadow palette, I should have just bought it and went about my day. That's the only thing that I will say that I did not mess up on. I'm not a fool for getting this. Do I have this color story? Absolutely. Did I need this? No. But for nostalgia, for my own childhood, yes. So let's get started. So for today's look, as I went over everything else that I've already wore, I will say the highlighter, it's kind of shifty. It doesn't emphasize pores, and actually the blush is kind of blurring too. I do like their formula. I will say that. So if you don't have those colors, it might be something you might be interested in. But the first shade we're going to go into is Kind Hearted, which is this one up here. And is this palette anything special? No. It is a neutral palette with a pop of blue. We've seen it time and time before, okay? Does it go with the show? Yeah, it does. It's got different golds. It's got different ways you can play with it. And it does have a pop of color, which is nice if you want to venture. However, if you don't, I would say that this could make you a fairy princess. You know, you could get the glam look using this palette for sure. It goes light to dark. You do have a decent amount of options for looks within the palette itself. There's only one like glitter type shade, but I will say I do like this one, this glitter better than their old glitter. But at the same time, I wish they'd get rid of it altogether. I'm just not a fan. But I think the demographic that this is kind of hitting towards, that's the demographic that's for. So I do understand it. But I would be okay if they just got rid of it altogether. Or sold it on the side or something. Because let's be real, I probably would have bought it just to have the whole thing. Because it was just easier to go click and be done. Just buy the whole thing. So, but altogether, I think that this is a nice collection. I don't think it's like the greatest by no means, but it is nice. They succeeded, we'll say that. I don't think they went above and beyond because there was definitely things that could have been added for sure. But like the mirror, I need somebody to create a mirror. That would be like, how are you going to do Snow White without a mirror? There's no way. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Like, that's kind of the way I see a mirror with Belle, too. Show me the beast. Like, seriously. No mirror again. And I really thought they would come out with a mirror, I'll be honest. Now we're going to go into West Wing, which is this shade right here. This shade is very pigmented. I was actually quite surprised at how pigmented this particular shade was. And not that Colourpop has, lack of pigmentation. It's just, I didn't think it'd come right out of the gate like that. I thought I'd have to build it. But nope, they weren't playing. They're like, pigment, bam. So be careful for sure. Because if you're anything like me, you could have a heavy hand and it's not going to turn out very well for you if you do it like that. But it's nicely pigmented. And again, you can create, if I had to have, now that I know what I like and don't like, and there's blue in this, I can use this whole palette because there's browns and then there's the blue. And I love me a good, like, just crease shade, skin toned with the blues. Like, I can play with a blue like that. So I am kind of glad that the palette is the way it is, because technically if I was going to use the palette, I can use the whole palette, and that makes me happy. Now, at the end of the day, will I ever hit pan on any of this? Absolutely not. At least I don't think. But it is cute, and to be fair, I think these collections are also for us, but I kind of enjoy just giving it to my grandkids. I like playing with it. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted here, though. I love sit down and play with these things, okay? But at the end of the day, it's not that expensive. It is, but it isn't, right? And my kids, there's 2 boxes over there that hold the Colourpop stuff, and that's what they're allowed to get into. Now, have they gotten into some other stuff? Sure. But it keeps them out of my Pat McGrath and Natasha Denona. So we're buying it. Okay? Because I protect those with all cost. Now, there are a couple of these palettes from Colourpop that I do, like, that I don't let them touch. That is true. But for the most part, they are so happy when they get to use these ones like this. The Alice in Wonderland one. The Sailor Moon. Like, they get excited. And, I mean, even if they did run them, which they haven't yet, thank goodness. But if they did, I'm not going to be so heartbroken, I mean, I might be a little bit, but nothing like if they destroyed my Pat McGrath or my Natasha palettes. That would give me a heart attack. So I do like to buy these for that and to see their little faces. And to be fair, they get passed down. But I also think that this is a great gift options for, like, my daughter who's getting ready to be a teenager, or even my 20-year-old. Like, they're cute little gifts that are good makeup, okay? We're not playing with cheaply made makeup or just thrown together stuff, it's good. So if they're going to learn, or if they are just want decent stuff, this stuff is decent. So we're going to break the curse, and I actually ran that under the lower lash line. I forgot to tell you that. But now we're going to put it on the lid. But I do think that this palette as a whole is very user-friendly. It really is. Anybody can use it. If you like color, you got a little bit. If you're neutral, you got a little bit. So I do think that it can be used for a lot of people. It's going to hit a lot of, check marks on people's boxes. But if you don't get it, you're going to be okay too. I'm just saying. Just being honest. We're going to take Vivid Imagination, this one right here, and put it in the inner corner. Ooh, that one really hit hard there. Okay. I must have picked up a little bit too much on it. I don't remember it being so bright on that side, but that's okay. We can blend it. Blend, blend, blend. Spread it around. Spread it around. No big deal. I did use the Tarte Fake Awake for the waterline. Okay, now we're going to take the shade... Oh no, wait. How did I do that? I used my finger. Okay, we're going to take Forbidden, which is that glittery type shade. And It has a little bit of a base, but not really, to be fair. And it's chunky, okay? Is it pretty? Yes. But I do like the fact that I laid this shade down so that it has more of a base. And then just stick this over top of it like that. I think it looks prettier doing it that way. Because I feel like if you don't lay a base down, you're going to be able to see your lid through this shadow. No matter how much you kind of pack on it, I think. I could be wrong. But the pink sort of makes the pink pull more too, having that shade underneath it. You can see more of the pink reflect little glitter thingies in it, to be fair. So I do like it. Let me darken up West Wing again and darken up that outer corner. I don't want to lose the depth there. I'm sorry if you can hear the outside. I got my window up because it's getting hot. Now we're going to take West Wing and we're going to align the top lash line and lower lash line. And I do think that brown or black mascara would work with this look. I chose black, but just saying, if you're a brown, because I love me my brown mascara. Y'all know I do. The brown mascara can pull off these looks just fine. I'm also kind of shocked they didn't come out with like a lash, because I feel like you could have came off with a very soft lash for Belle, in a way. But my one granddaughter was Belle last year for Halloween, and we kept costume. And it does still fit her, and now she's like, oh, I can be Belle again this Halloween, and this time we can use the palette. I'm like, child, you don't have to be Belle to use this palette, but okay. She's determined on it, though. She wants the whole thing. I was like, well, whatever you want to do, I guess. Halloween's way down the road. Let's just, we just got spring. Let's enjoy spring. Can we please? Can we not rush these seasons? I'm all for, like, spring and fall, I'm for all the time, right? Like, I don't want them to ever change. Summer, I'm waiting for it to be summer, but then, like, a month in, I'm like, okay, let it be fall. And then there's, like, I go through all for fall, and then a month into winter, I'm like, okay, I'm ready for spring. Winter's over, I'm done, But fall and spring, I'm never like, okay, I'm done with those. I'm just not like that. I love that type of weather, whether it's fresh and crisp or just cool and kind of everything dying in a way. I mean, that's kind of the way it is. But I just love that weather. All right. For top lashes, we're going to use the YSL Lash Clash. I think it's time to get a new one, y'all. This one's kind of dried out. And I'm wondering, I have a backup, but I'm wondering if I should get the waterproof one. Because I've heard people really raving on the waterproof. And I don't really have any issues with this one. Like, it doesn't transfer or anything. And it holds my curl. And I think most people that get the waterproof, it's because it doesn't hold their curl. But, I mean, I may need a little extra hold. If it gave it to me, I wouldn't be disappointed, but I don't want it to hurt my lashes either, trying to get it off. So I don't really know yet what I'm doing there. If I want to try the waterproof or just stick with the regular, because y'all know how I feel about the regular Lash Clash. I'm just not sure on that, and I do need to get a new brown Lash Clash, but I'm also debating if I should try the brown by, is it Tower 28? Is that who came out with the brown? I knew Dior has a brown too. I'm debating on whether I should try one of them to keep, you know, till I find my perfect brown. I like the brown YSL because of like what it does, the volume and stuff. But the color, it's brown, but it's not like brown, if that makes sense. Like so far, as far as brown, the Too Faced, the chocolate one, that one has nailed the color. But the formula, I would rather the formula be like the YSL. You know what I mean? We're going to use the Lancome Deaf and Seals for the bottom lashes. And then for concealer, I forgot to go through that. Sorry guys. For concealer today, I'm wearing the Natasha Denona. I also bought her foundation. As soon as I got that email, I was like, boom, bought it. So I do have that coming. But anyway, I'm wearing that. I set with Lunar Beauty. Universal setting powder. And then for foundation, I'm actually using a whole new foundation. Where did I put that? Because, y'all, I forgot I even had it. And I don't even know if it's available anymore. Here it is. It wasn't that one, though. It was this one. Do y'all remember this by Josie Marin? Vibrancy Argan Oil Foundation Fluid. This is in shade RG30. It's a little bit off for me, but it works good enough. I can make it work. But this foundation is nice. And I don't know if you can tell, I have two of them. I have a darker one and a lighter one. This one's in RG10, Supernatural, and then I have RG30. So, one's really light, one's more my shade. But maybe at some point I was probably combining them, but I definitely didn't use much of them. And I forgot I even had them. But I was in the middle of looking for another foundation to see what shade I had, and I couldn't figure it out. Oh, there it is. This one here, the Aqua Foundation by Kojindo. And this is pretty light now, so I think I'm going to have to get a darker shade. But I really like that foundation. It's so thin, but yet it covers. It's just really nice. And that was thin and covers, but it's got more, it's still thick. Like, it doesn't feel thick, but it is. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know how to explain it. It's more full coverage, I guess, yeah, than that one. But I think it turned out really pretty. It pretty much matches skin as far as that goes. It might be a little bit too yellowy, I think, but I don't know. But overall, I really enjoyed the way the makeup turned out. I think that as far as this collection, if you got it, you'll be happy. If you didn't get it, you ain't missing nothing, okay? You're not. What I would suggest that if you have a feeling like you'd like of missing out, just get the eyeshadow palette. Alright. Now, if the eyeshadow palette, you're like, I've got it, then just grab, you know, and you got the blushes, the highlighter. I mean, as though it is beautiful. It is. It's pretty. The packaging sucks, y'all. I'm sorry, it does. And I would say, if you can stand the rose and you want just something from it, the rose lip mask is cute. And I'll tell you what, it kind of reminded me of the Tarte. I mean, in a way, not really, but in a way, it's kind of going for the same thing. However, this formula in this is amazing. So don't be deceived. Because when I first thought that, I thought of the Tarte too. But it is a little bit different, but the formulas are completely different. But if you don't like rose, they've got a ton of these lip masks. Different flavors, different collections, the whole 9 yards. The lip is pretty. There's no denying that. But if you have this color, if this is your color, you've got it 10 times over. And the brown, if that's your color, you got it 10 times over. I guarantee it, whatever your color is. So just keep all that in mind, because I'd hate for you to waste money if you don't really need it. And I do say the eyeshadow palette probably is my number one. And then I kind of like the fact that I can use the bronzer for a bronzer or a blush. I kind of like that. Because if you're in a pinch, it comes in handy, you know? So I kind of do like that part of that. But yeah, they need a mirror. I'm not going to stop. They need a mirror. Like, that's just something that they need to do. They got to stop with this. We need a mirror for Beauty and the Beast. Whoever does this collection next better have a mirror. I'm serious. I need a mirror. But that is all I have for you today. I hope this video helped in some way, shape, or form. If it did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell, hit all of that way you're notified when I upload. I do upload every day but Sunday. Oh, I did line my lips before the lipstick. I used the Rose by Lancome. I lined, put the lipstick, and then put the lip gloss. Those are lipstick and lip glosses. I'm sorry, I didn't even show you. Let me show you this one really quick because this is the one I'm wearing, so it makes it just easier. So this is what it looks like. It is pretty packaging. I'll give you that. And this is more up my, color shade as far as that goes. It's kind of like the strawberry shortcake, but lighter. Strawberry shortcake is definitely more vibrant pink. The one from Glamlight. But if you like that color, you'll like this. And then this is a very pale pink lip gloss. And I just put it in the middle. Like that. Dab it, dab it. I'm going to have to wipe that off now. And always, guys, always wipe off your lipstick or use your finger. Like, either take it before you do anything, put it on your finger and tap it on, or make sure you wipe this off, because I can't tell you, seriously, just forgetting even to do it. It does change the color of the lip gloss. It really will. Maybe not the first time or the second, but at some point, it will change the color. And then, depending on how well you like that color, it could be disappointing for you. But overall, I do think they're nice. The price point to all of this is good. It's Colourpop, so it's just whatever you prefer. But let me know, did you get anything? Or did you skip it completely? Let me know. The eye look, I think, is gorgeous. Like, I do think it turned out nice. So easy to use. It's Colourpop. So, but let me know what you got, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye.